If you cast your mind back to the 2000s, you might remember a few things that happened, such as the Sydney Olympic Games, Venus Williams becoming the first African American woman to win the women's singles at Wimbledon, Julia Roberts won all the awards for her role as Erin Brockovich, and the Anthropocene article that was released by a global change newsletter by Crozier and Stomer that really brought the world's attention to the word Anthropocene. All these things may sound familiar to you up until that last part, so let's go back a little. There are many ways in which we divide up time, including eons and eras, which are much larger, and then on the smaller scale we have things such as periods, ages, and in this instance we are talking about the epoch. The epochs are strongly based on their geological factors, which is known as the geological timescale.
Our current epoch, the Holocene, which started approximately 12,000 years ago and contains all record of human development. The problem we are now facing is defining if we have left the Holocene and have entered the new era known as the Anthropocene. Modern humanity has had such a clear impact on this earth that it has caused many debates on whether this impact should be signified with a new title. Although it may seem clear as day to some, there is still controversy on whether we have hit all the scientific targets to officially move into the Anthropocene epoch.
Each geological epoch needs to have a factor that is found globally that future generations can find as a geological indicator. For example, the Cretaceous epoch was specified by the metal iridium sediments around the world that came from the meteorite that collided with Earth. It is said that when generations in the future look at our geological layer, that it will consist of radioactive elements, unburned carbon spheres, and the most visible indicators being plastic and concrete.
Although the geological scale plays a major part in determining whether we are in this new epoch, environmental indicators such as greenhouse emissions and the damage that they are doing to our ozone is the new indication that something different is happening in our surrounding environment on a major scale. Within the paper, The Anthropocene, they say that the data from glacial ice cores shows that the beginning of the additional emissions of carbon dioxide and methane started from around 1784, which is the time that the steam train was invented. These facts, 18 years later, are still being confirmed by scientists. By increasing greenhouse gas emissions, as well as deforestation, exhaustion of fisheries, and intensifying agricultural use, and the overall destruction of the planet through these unsustainable practices, is still causing major environmental damage.
Unfortunately, 75% of the planet is managed by humans, and it is having a tremendous toll. As you can see within this map, there are areas in green that are not majorly impacted by humans, but this is becoming more and more overrun with the red.
As we cannot change the practices for those who came before us, we are needing to ensure that we adhere to the ecologically sustainable development principles at an individual, local, national and global scale if we stand any chance of changing our contribution to whichever epoch we decide we are defined in. Within the next 50 years, we might not be able to change the damage that is done. The concrete has been set and the plastics have been made. If we now make the positive change on the world to reduce our carbon footprint and not use plastics and overall consider the cradle-to-grave concept when we're making our daily decisions, in the scheme of things, our layer contribution to this epoch could be a pinprick in the eons of time that we hopefully have to go.
The Anthropocene has been described by a magnitude of scientists around the globe in many ways. We have discussed two major factors here today that indicates that we have left the Holocene due to the impact of the latest generations of humans have placed on this planet with our unsustainable habits and practices. By assessing both the geological layers that humans have contributed, especially the man-made products such as plastics and concrete, and the atmospheric damages such as the ever-intensifying greenhouse gas emissions, I believe that we should mark our time on this earth with the new epoch